falling up, I'm falling down from the sky and from the ground. Up above, just like below, and I don't know where I should go. 'Cause I'm stuck in limbo. I'm out of love, but I guess I deserved it. Trying to hide, to pass you by. I'm getting numb, feeling fine. I'm light as air, no one can reach me. Lost in a dream, lost in between. Let's keep on flying, let's keep on breathing. I'm falling up, I'm falling down from the sky and from the ground. Up above, just like below, and I don't know where I should go. 'Cause I'm stuck in limbo. Cause I'm stuck in limbo. Cause I'm stuck in limbo.
morning, everybody. See what John does here first, but we'll go to the forest first. It's windy today. Very windy. Yeah, could use a little tightening up. We'll run this later today, but first we'll go kind of make a winter road. Can you get it, or isn't this enough if you flip it like back, not side, flip it like if you put this down on the ground, then the tires are up in there. Like if you go like this, first here a little bit, and then you flip this over. Now if you flip that down, then these are up in there. Then you can move them freely. That's probably the easiest way. Yeah. Now you can freely move the tires. Might need a little, like they can be a little loose, but they may be a little bit too loose now. Here's the pin. Before we forget this anyway. Yeah, it's not how loose is it? It's against this now. Yeah, it's quite a bit actually. Could be maybe put an extra something here. Can you move it? But if you can move it, then the weld is not gonna hold it. Or what are you thinking?
Jag lägger det här emot.
Men hålls du?
Ja.
Det där som är svetsat, det far ju tillbaka, vet du. Man har skett något till här, något emot det här som är mot båda, vet du. Här.
Ja, men inte har jag också.
Ett sånt här, inte ett rö, men något. But yeah, let's see. It's cold today, we need to have really good clothes on because we're just gonna go driving. And we're gonna go driving with the one tractor without the cabin, so. Luckily in the forest it should be less windy, but in the end when we drive here on the field it's gonna be, could be a little bit not so nice. Oh yeah, let's unplug here first. Good, then we could check the oil. We got the oil. And we're gonna grab just. We could take the forks off, because in the end we're gonna roll that, so then we need the forks off. So yeah, we're gonna turn around, put the forks here first. Blow it a bit. We'll see if it starts. Get this in the right spot. would be good to take off. This guy off. Should be fine. Ready to go. Forest we go. See how frozen the dirt is in the forest. Here's kind of the first test where it could be molten underneath. Seems like it actually has frozen. frozen a little bit at least. Don't see any water yet. Animal tracks. Now we should see a lot of animal tracks. There's like a car track here. Some car has been driving here also, it seems. See if we can speed up a little bit. Seems like the chains are not hitting the fenders, they're pretty close, so would be good if it's not hitting. I'll try largest gear. Now it's starting to hit, you could hear there. So we don't want to drive super fast because it's gonna destroy our fenders. Might go with second largest gear. This might be a good speed for today. But yeah, we got some snow now. First real snow. Hear the massive power. the forest it should be a little bit less windy. Out here in the open it's definitely quite windy. There, it's not frozen. Also there could be some storm damage here. We'll see when we go further in the forest. Could be some blowdowns. Something is hitting the fender a little bit there. Don't want to go too fast. Yeah, there's still a bit of snow here, probably more on the road than in the forest, but there's like 15 centimeters here probably. More than expected. guess the road is less bumpy now when we got snow on the road, which is kind of good. The trees still. I thought it was so windy that all the snow would come down from the trees, but there's actually a little bit in the trees even. To the actual forest where we can start to make a road, flatten the snow. go off-road. Now this is where without chains we would already be stuck probably. To come and cut these branches a little bit. It's a little bit narrow here. But yeah, if this ice holds here, then I'm Jesus. Soon I think we're gonna break through. Looks good so far, but I don't think the ice is thick enough here. No, now you see. Let the mud begin. This is what we're trying to make it more icy here. That part. Muddy. That short section is probably, maybe when we open it up now it might freeze. Even here you can see it's wet. We're trying to flatten the snow, and then when that freezes, that might hold. But there's a little short section there that probably is not gonna freeze because, yeah, it was kind of all water now. Here it might be, here it might actually freeze. But if I wouldn't flatten the snow, then it would definitely not freeze. Now there's a chance it will freeze. Here I need to come and cut these trees also. Too close to the road. A little bit faster. But you can still kind of see the wood where it is. If we get more snow, then it's gonna be starting to be hard to find stuff. What's up? Not too much, we're just driving in the forest here. Trying to make a winter road. Trying to make places like this freeze where it's still muddy underneath. There's a mouse. Yeah, what about yourself? What's going on? Is it going to be snow all the way until April? Probably. It might melt away, but more than likely probably some snow all the way. Though you never know with the winters these days. It might just all go away at any point. Celsius. Yeah, here it's probably -2 or 3, or maybe -5. Go up there and turn around. Here we don't really need to compact the ground because here it is rocks underneath, so shouldn't be any issues right here as long as we can turn around here, not get stuck. Yeah, not get stuck, that might be a challenge. Driving over some logs. But yeah, here it's fine. Hard ground. I'm just trying to compact the snow in the low areas. Here there should be no issues. When it snows they put salt on the road. Yeah, it wouldn't help here in the forest. It's actually good with some snow. Now if I can get this snow flat and then it freezes even more, then we can come in here with the bigger tractor. Yeah, they do that in Finland also, put like salt on the roads. I would prefer that they would use like gravel or sand, because with the salt it's always gonna rust it's gonna make the damn car rust away. Yeah, we could take a little break here. See how it looks. See if we're happy with the result. I could drive back and forth maybe once more, but yeah, this is what we're after, to get the snow very flat here where the tractor's gonna go. Now it will freeze much deeper here. Like over here it won't freeze because the snow will like keep the cold out, but here this should be nice and like flat now. I might drive like there and then come once back here, like just this in these soft spots. But yeah, once the next 2 days are gonna be really cold, then hopefully this freezes really well, and then we can come with the other tractor and trailer and get the firewood out. But yeah, I'll put you on a little break, I'll be right. Okay, now we come to a little bit older trees. These are like planted, like you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think these are like 6 years ago planted, 5 years, 6 years ago. And here I have been with the brush cutter already once and cleared up a bit. So here you can clearly see the trees already. A little bit deeper. Oh boy, it's gonna get dusty. Let's go on this side. Okay, we are back. But yeah, we only need to get like, as long as you get the parts where the tractor wheels go frozen, then that's the important part, because if it's not frozen, you can see somewhere over there when we drive, it's like there's mud underneath, so if you sink really deep then you're stuck. So we're trying to prevent us getting stuck in the future here. But yeah, I think this is pretty good. I could drive there and yeah, come back once more here and turn around and just go back here. Just try to flatten this as good as possible. Drive a little bit in different spots. Get a good deep freeze on the ground here. But yeah, without the chains we would already have been stuck. Without these guys we would definitely have been stuck already. It was really muddy there in the beginning. But here it doesn't seem to sink in, so if we can keep the surface, so if it doesn't break through the grass on the surface, then you're fine. But then if you sink in here, you sink in deep, because it's like here it's like clay ground underneath. Snow arrived, yes, finally. And also cold weather, so now we're trying to make, this is kind of like we're making like a winter road for tractor here. It doesn't seem like it's gonna do a lot, but it's gonna, once you flatten the snow here, it's gonna freeze much more here, and then in the future I can drive with the newer tractor, heavier tractor, and a big load of firewood. Then I can drive here without hopefully sinking in. But yeah, we'll go to the other end, then we'll come back again and go out, so it's like really packed in as much as we can here. I'm gonna adjust the camera a little bit maybe. Like that maybe. Light snow, yeah, this is like fluffy snow. That's why I wanna kinda get rid of this. It's like fluffy. It will keep the ground from freezing unless you like flatten it down. That's why we're driving here a little bit just back and forth now. Then maybe at the end of the week there should be like a few really cold days, and after those, when it warms up a little bit but it's still kinda minus degrees, then we might come here with the other tractor and yeah, try to get this like firewood. You can see we have firewood ready to go here. Just need to come here with the other tractor and the grapple and grab these. There's a bunch up there. Get the firewood out of here. But yeah, let's drive a little back and forth and hopefully not get stuck. I'm driving on purpose where I can. I'm driving like a little bit of a different, in a different spot. Because yeah, there's quite a bit of snow here. There's more than I thought in the forest. I thought there was only gonna be like 5 centimeters here, but there's a decent bit here. Yeah, you could have goats here in the summer. You have sauna, yep. Only an electric one, unfortunately, but we have a sauna. Here you can see muddy underneath. Muddy. Very muddy. That's a mud hole right there. Here's muddy, there's muddy. Yeah, a sauna works like you basically heat up the rocks with either like electricity or fire, and then when you throw water on the hot rocks, then you get hot steam. here it's kinda muddy, but not. It doesn't go through here, so I think here if we drive a few times this will be fine. But there's the one really muddy spot there, and then there's a couple of small ones back there, which have some pretty deep ruts. There's a hole. Mud spraying everywhere. But yeah, this really muddy spot, I don't think it's gonna be any better me driving through, so we'll turn around here somewhere and go back there, I think. If we can find a spot where we can turn around without getting stuck again. Yeah, as you can see, very soft here. Very, very soft there. We almost got stuck right there. It's like super soft there. When you go through this, when you get out of here, we might get stuck right there. It's like really muddy there. Now we can barely turn around here. Shit, if we can't go backwards or forwards. This is not gonna be good here. Yeah, we got the logs there. Got the damn logs. Now we got a little bit. Think we can turn around now. Yep. Almost got stuck. Hopefully this should freeze nicely now. But then we got the few places where it's only like water, where hopefully it freezes, but it might also not freeze that much. But yeah, this should be fine right here. I'm not sinking in now, and when this freezes now, it's kind of wet underneath. This should be good. Good stuff. Now after we do this, we just need -20 for like 2-3 days. Then this would be very solid. Would be good with really cold temps now for a few days. Small holes here where it's like very unfrozen. Whoop. Big hole right there. see if we can drive past this. Like it was really deep right here. Sank in a lot. That's quite a muddy spot right there. Seems fine. It hasn't really started to sink in here. I don't see any water or mud anywhere. It's at the very, very other end where there is a couple of really bad spots. Also, this bridge could kind of be soft. Seems fine though. Yeah, we don't need to go up there. We can just reverse from here. Up there, here you can see where the ground goes up there. It's like hard bottom. Not a problem there. Here we have better room to turn around, I think. We shouldn't get stuck where we turn around like the other place. Let's check how it looks now. Yeah, now it should be good. A couple of passes on this. Snow is as flat as we can get it, so this should now freeze well. And then there should be a good chance. Here's even like the best thing is if when you fell the trees, if you can drop a bunch of branches where you drive. But I didn't cut too many trees here. We mostly cut the trees up there, so here's some branches, so this is also very good. Get some branches on the tracks, but that's not always possible. Here's like there's a stump. It didn't hit the tractor, so it should be fine. Not too high. But yeah, now we can head out. Then we'll go through the really, really muddy spot. See if we can go through. That one I can't really flatten it because every time you drive through, it seems like it just goes straight through. So maybe it freezes a little bit, but there you would need like -20 for 5 days before it would hold a tractor. But yeah, I think we're ready to head out now. Then we'll drive a little faster on the bigger road. And then I'm also gonna flatten the snow on the ski track. I don't think I can ski there yet, but then we would have like a bottom there too. But yeah, this is as good as we're gonna get it with this tractor now. Flatten some tracks. And then we should get some really cold days here. Or every night should be at least like -10, then hopefully this stuff freezes. And I don't want more snow on the tracks really. And there shouldn't be for the next few days at least. But yeah, let's head out. Got some mud, you get some mud and then it freezes on the rims. And the chains, they hit here a little bit, so it's kind of, the fender is pretty close to the chains. Let's head out and let's go through all the mud. Push the log back to the side. Like a stump there, I think. See, it's not even frozen in the ditch. Need some colder temps to get the ground properly frozen. Muddy. Hopefully when we mix in some snow with the mud there, hopefully that stuff freezes now. There is a chance that it might freeze a little bit more now. Same with these smaller holes here. mud area, we will just give it some throttle, and then hopefully we have enough traction to get through it. Otherwise we might be badly stuck. These should freeze nicely here when it's just a little bit wet. But yeah, look at this, guys. Here we go. It's a little soupy, guys. It seems like there is some bottom though underneath, because we didn't go any deeper, I think, but that's the mud right there. Worst spot. We got out. Throwing some mud off the chains now. snow starts to hit the fender. Lift the fenders up a bit. How long has it been snowing? Like under 1 day. This is just a little bit. It's just like 10 centimeters of like loose snow. It's not that much actually. Yeah, if you watch last stream, then we barely had any snow, so pretty much like 1 day, maybe a little bit more. Yeah, but it's definitely, everything is covered with snow, that's for sure. It doesn't take much to make everything white. Just a little bit, and then it looks way different. But yeah, the chains run pretty, you don't hear any sounds from the chains when it's like snow on the road. So it's kind of nice in one way. Kinda working. I was just back there in the forest there now and kinda made a road, like flattened the snow so it would freeze better. Now we're gonna go back to the farm and then make a bottom for the ski track. So it's kinda in between. It's kinda work but kinda free time also. Sometimes it's hard to judge what it is. The lines between work and free time, they're kind of blurry sometimes when farming. blowing up some snow. We have the chains on, so we should be fine here. If you get a lot of snow, then you might get stuck, but this is just a little bit of snow. Snow should definitely not be an issue for this one when we got the chains on. Without the chains you could get stuck, but with the chains on we should have traction. Hunter's cabin. Someone has been there even. No, don't need the brother here for this. Also, this tractor doesn't have like a body seat, so only need one guy for this stuff. Yeah, soon we're back to the farm. Take a little shortcut through the woods. How many kilometers from forest to farm? I think it's like maybe 2 or 3. It's not very far. even here it was kind of wet underneath, but it seems like it's already frozen a little bit, and after we drive here it should be even more frozen. There's some water there. You can see it was wet. Did I ever see wild animals during the season? Yeah, a lot. Like deer and rabbits and stuff you see like pretty much every day, and a wolf like a couple of times, and all kinds of stuff. Now when there is snow, now you can see the animals even better, or the tracks of them at least. Yeah, out here in the fields it's definitely feels pretty cold when it's windy even. There, we'll go up there now and put the roller on this. See if that one works. See if we can get in there. Got the chains on, so we should be fine. Open the door first though. Oh, we're kind of snowed in. Definitely the first. Now it feels like a winter. So far this winter has not felt like a winter. Gotta get some proper snow and a little bit colder temps to make it actually feel like winter. Yeah, now we should be able to reverse up here. Hook this guy up. Might put it a little back. More back, then it would be easier to stop the tractor here. Yeah, and we need actually we got this one here. We need this one for the tractor. Hook this up already. This might be I dropped my pin somewhere. Where did the pin go? Dropped it somewhere here. Ah, there it went. Need to get this inside there, so we need to get this. Now we should be good. Just reverse up and hopefully got enough traction there. Might be when you reverse up you don't have much weight on the rear tires and then it might just start slipping. We'll see if we can get up. Without chains at least I would not be able to reverse up there. It would just spin the tires. Now I think we have a better chance. Oh boy, almost slipping. Almost slipping the tires. No weight on the rear tires. Now we should be able to. Now we should be able to hook up. All the gauges are getting snowed in. Three, four. And this one. Should be good to roll. Ready to roll, so to speak. Then we'll just go roll a couple of laps. And then we might even drive the tractor just back here. Because the next thing we're gonna do is probably roll. Roll again if we get more snow. There's not much snow here, but we'll flatten this so then there's a good bottom whenever we get more snow. Definitely not enough to ski here. Still kind of getting stuck in the ditch there. There's not that much snow out here yet. Out here on the field. Way less windy in the forest. There's a lot of snow right here behind the hill. Yeah, in this field we had peas right here in the summer. Now it's gonna be like a ski track. Ski track in the winter, field in the summer. Some places there's a lot of snow. We didn't get too much snow, but it came with like a lot of wind. Roller seems to be staying together. Here's some water here. That's gonna do good with some freezing. Some more freezing needed. It's almost in the forest there is like more even amount of snow. When there's not that much wind out in the field, it's like completely like nothing or a lot of snow. There's also probably a wet spot here. Maybe it's frozen enough already. Another lap just to make it as flat as possible. Try to make a good bottom for a ski truck. Not skiable yet, but if we get one more dump like this and then I can flatten that, then we can probably ski. I think. Yeah, one thing's for sure, it's not t-shirt weather anymore. That is for sure. Yeah, so like here there's almost no snow. All the snow is stuck in the ditch. Here in the forest, then we'll put the tractor away. Then we got all the tractoring done for today, I think. could almost already ski. Like only a little bit of grass visible. There's some mud here. There's some mud. Still muddy there. Should freeze after this now. Mud holes are mud holes. Even when it's slightly below freezing. Should be kind of fine there, I think. The brake on so it doesn't roll anywhere. And yeah, it's here where hits the fender is pretty close to the chain, so that's if I don't drive. That's why I didn't drive full speed on the road, because even now the chains were almost hitting like the fender here. Time for duals. No, not in the winter. In the winter it's better to have narrow tires. In the summer when you drive on the fields, then you can have the duals. But in the forest it's better to have narrow tires. Wide tires, you just spin more. It's kind of worse actually. Geoduels. No geoduels today. I think I might do some treadmilling today. But we'll see, we'll just have to close up all doors now. And then we should be ready. I'll go take a little break and then I'll be back again. With some, I think I need to do, I was sitting on the tractor now, so it's kinda, it would be good to work the legs a little bit now. I've been sitting too much again. But yeah, this worked well. Now we should have good roads. Snow flat. Now it should become even colder outside. It should really freeze well. That's what we're hoping at least. Yeah, we did cut the power so we don't drain the battery unnecessarily. Close all the doors so we don't get snow in everywhere. It's really windy, it's gonna stay kind of windy, so yeah, you can see here no snow and then there's like half a meter of snow here. The wind is really pushing it. Wind is really pushing things. But yeah, I'll put you on the outdoor camera for a bit and then I will be back later. Okay, we are back. So just get our cameras good here. Something like that. Still need to fill up on this and some things. Probably get the chat here on the screen also. And I'll leave this phone here. Backup phone. I got chat on the screen there, so I should see it. Probably. And then should I listen to something? I could put some like elevator music on. Or can I, without playing the own sound? Yeah, probably not the easiest. Also, it probably is gonna be like a lot of too much sound then, I guess. Yeah, I'll do like a little bit, at least 1 hour of like treadmilling here. Yeah, we should be good. I could listen to something though. I don't want to put it, I could put it from the speakers, but then I don't know if you hear me then, or if, yeah, it might also output from the OBS the sounds from there, and then it's going to be all kinds of weird. Or do I even want to hear? I don't think I want to hear the music. We can just roll. We're just going to do a little bit. But yeah, as you can see down in the bottom left of the screen, I got some challenges there. So if we get enough subs, we might do some different thing. We got like 10 subs, sound stream, 20 subs, 3 hours on treadmill, 50 subs, farm income 2025, and 100 subs, a story about how 20 euros turned into over 100,000 euros. So yeah, if you like to sub, all subs, all donations also go towards those goals. It's like approximate like numbers. But subs is best, I guess. Kick subs is best. If you want to choose, then if you do kick subs, that's the best. But yeah, I think we're ready to roll then. Yeah. Let's put this on. Then we'll do like a decent speed. Decent speed today. like 2.5 kilometers per hour or something. Now it's like 1, that's too slow. 2.5 is pretty good. It's like solid walking speed, then you can go all the way up to 6. Then it's like speed walking. But yeah, I guess this can be today's exercise now. After sitting on a tractor, it's always good to do. I'm gonna try this year already, but next year it's gonna be kind of like do some exercise almost daily. That's gonna be my New Year's resolution, I guess. Doesn't have to be much, but just something every day. Not have too many of those only sitting days. I'll have to take away the long sleeved shirt, it's gonna be warm soon probably. Yeah, we can probably take it off already. Too much heat. Losing my balance. No Tour de Ski today either. I think tomorrow they continue. But not today. Yeah, one challenge I should add to the challenges is like 150k bike ride, but I guess that can be a little later because I want to do it when there's no snow. So I have more like 150k challenge with bike. Probably if we at some point can start ski, then like ski like 50k one day could be a good challenge. There is more challenges I could add to the list. And something else, even if chat comes up with some good challenges. Yeah, at least we got proper winter now. Took quite a while this year. Almost went into next year before we actually got winter. Okay, now we come to a little bit older trees. These are like planted, like you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's like 90 minutes or 99 minutes. Then the treadmill actually shuts itself down. So you can't do, if you want to do like longer, you have to like immediately start it again, I guess. Or if you leave it on, it's max it's gonna be on, it's 1.5 hours, and it's gonna shut itself down. Is it illegal to farm organs? Well, I haven't really thought about that. I don't know, like, they do some tests on some pigs, so I don't know what if, like, they gotta get the pigs from somewhere, so I guess, but they can just take like normal pigs. I don't know. We don't really have any animals, so we can't really grow any organs. But human parts you probably can't grow. would need a lot of like skill to do that also. It's not that easy to just grow a liver or something. But yeah, I haven't thought about it too much. Yeah, we only farm like, yeah, grains from the fields basically, and then logs from the forest. Okay, now we come to a little bit older trees. These are like planted, like you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think Yeah, maybe we'll, if we this speed, if we walk 1 hour, 2.5 kilometers, let's try to walk like 3 kilometers at least. A little bit over an hour. Okay, now we come to a little bit older trees. These are like planted, like you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think these are like 6 years ago planted, 5 years, 6 years ago. Why is the connection so bad in here now? Should be fine. Connection should be fine here, but might be dropping a little bit occasionally. quick drink. Backwards. That's not a good idea, I think. My backwards walking is not very good. Backwards running should probably start with 1 kilometer per hour backwards. It's like skiing in Vasaloppet, but there was somebody that did skied the whole event backwards actually. Which is a lot harder than going forward. I think it took probably like 10 hours or something. I guess that's the record for skiing the race backwards. But yeah, today it's second last day of this year, so if I'm gonna do something this year, tomorrow is the last chance. Also tomorrow fireworks. Probably pretty late in the evening, but should be some fireworks. least it's not as dark now outside when there's snow. That's also good with some snow. And the days are getting longer all the time now, so. Good stuff, good stuff. Hundred calories. How many chocolate pieces is that? Or how much Christmas food is that? Minutes we'll keep going for at least half an hour more. okay once we got the snow now. If we get a day where there will be less wind, it's super windy today, but if it's less windy, then we can fly the drone probably a little bit. Battery's not gonna last very long in the cold temperatures, but could be some nice views. Do kilometers soon, but we'll do or 5. Yeah, we can try to do at least 3 kilometers. Doesn't feel 3 kilometers doesn't feel like that much, but when you walk like this, it's still gonna be like almost 1.5 hours, like so. Should be good, better than nothing. Then we could try like 3 kilometers per hour or something next time, like a little bit higher speed. But this 2.5, this is pretty good, like casual walking speed, I would say. Not super slow, but not jogging either. Hello there, poverty. take walks occasionally too. Yeah, this is good. It was so windy outside. I usually walk like outside, but today it's nice to walk inside. We did the outdoor stuff, got the snow cleared from some places, and yeah, did all the outdoor stuff. Now it's kind of nice to do indoor stuff. But yeah, as soon as we have enough snow to where we can ski, then we can ski outside, but there was not enough yet. Enough to make like a bottom of the ski track, but there's like the ground is still showing in places, so can't ski yet. But yeah, I gotta burn that heavy Christmas food. I still have like a lot of chocolate boxes, so I'm trying to slowly eat them and not everything at once. I think tomorrow we can try. There's going to be cross-country skiing in the TV, and of course I can't show that to you guys, but I could walk at the same time, and then I could watch from the PC here. I could watch the cross-country skiing, have earbuds in or something that I could hear the skiing, and then kind of like a watch-along thing. Holidays are the time to gain weight. Yeah, a little bit, but for me it's like I've never like gained a lot or dropped a lot. I've been pretty stable, and it's weird because on Christmas I would say I eat like more or heavier than usual, but for me the weight doesn't really change that much. Like a few kilos up and down, but not like plus 10 all of a sudden. I can't, even if I would try to eat as much as I can, I couldn't like gain very fast very much. Even if I'm just sitting inside, it doesn't really like, I guess I don't feel that hungry then, and I don't eat that much. But yeah, that Christmas food sure is good, so I eat quite a bit, and then chocolate, like that's a lot of energy, so there's a lot of food with a lot of energy on Christmas. But yeah, I try to keep the weight somewhat stable. Do you have plans for New Year's Eve? Yeah, fireworks. A little bit of fireworks, and we're gonna burn, at the farm we're gonna burn a couple of like Nordic candles. It's basically a 1 meter tall log that we'll light on fire. Then it just burns outside. So yeah, there's probably gonna be a stream tomorrow, but I might stream like it's gonna be really late in the day. Basically when it changes from 2025 to 2026, so maybe I'll start a few hours before when we burn the Nordic candles, but that's pretty much the plans for tomorrow. Fireworks and Nordic candles. And watching some cross-country skiing on TV also. It's kind of a tradition. We usually always have like some fireworks at the farm. Not as much as they have like in where is it, Melbourne or somewhere in Australia, where they have these like half an hour of constant fireworks, nothing like that, but a little bit of fireworks. Gotta welcome in the new year. But yeah, I try to stream the fireworks usually. I don't know how well this camera will pick it up, but I guess we'll see tomorrow. It's almost getting like it's slightly, the sun is not out now, so it's a little bit more bright now with the snow, but might still want to put the lights on already almost. Not walk backwards on the treadmill. Very bad idea. If the snow is thick and clean, can you boil it to drink? Yeah, you can boil snow to drink. I could collect outside now, collect just a bunch of snow and you could boil it, yeah, and drink it. You don't really want to eat the snow, but you can boil down, like, if you boil it then it's like safe. It should be pretty clean, but there could be some stuff in the snow that's not good. But yeah, it's pretty much the same as rain. It's just frozen rain, so. Probably pretty clean, but not as clean as spring water, because that has kind of filtrated through like gravel and sand. I mean, snow could technically have, like, when it falls from the sky, it could have like some pollution, like air pollution or something. But yeah, for sure you can boil it. Just don't boil or eat yellow snow. That's a big no-no. But yeah, if you do like, let's say you do like a long trip in the winter with skis somewhere in the, just in the wilderness, and you can't find any source of water, then boiling snow is probably the best option then. One hour, yeah, we'll do like, let's do like half a more hour probably. 2.5 kilometers and we would end up at 3 point something probably. Feeling pretty good still. Even now after just a few sessions on the treadmill, I can already feel like I can walk longer now. It's so easy to not have too much work, like not do too much workout with the legs in the winter when you're just sitting in a car, sitting in front of a computer, sitting on a tractor, like there's not that much like walking even. So this will be heavily used in the winter and on rainy days, I think. Okay, now we come to a little bit older trees. These are like planted, like you can count. Try with rock or weights to rebuild mass. Yeah, I could try weights, but I don't really like doing like the gym stuff. You can do some like, yeah, if you just kind of sit down and stand up, that's pretty heavy on the legs. Like if you do some jumping jacks or something, that's pretty heavy for the legs. If you want like big muscles, but I kind of want just like endurance. Not trying to be a bodybuilder. But one thing that's really good for the legs is in the forest when you have the chainsaw, then you have like, it weighs like 6 kilos or something and you're keeping that in the air all the time. Or the other is when I have the brush cutter, that weighs like 10 kilos. Then that's definitely something like, it's like you have extra weight on you the whole day. And you're walking on uneven terrain all the time. So that's really good for the balance and for the legs and for the, like I take that as exercise. When you see me doing stuff in the forest, like sure it's good for the forest too, but for me, the main thing is like exercise, getting exercise in the forest. That's like the main thing for me with a lot of the stuff I do in the forest. Lightweight over the shoulder helps upper body. Yeah, if you ever tried, like if I use a chainsaw for let's say 6 hours in the forest, yeah, you feel that. You feel it in the legs, you feel it in the arms, in the upper body, you feel it everywhere. Like 5-6 kilos doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're swinging around it and cutting trees and lifting some small logs to the side and all that for a full day. It's like a 6-hour workout basically. It doesn't feel that long when you're in the forest, but it's almost like a marathon, like constantly you're doing something physical. So yeah, that's pretty good workout. I wouldn't want to do, like, I'm not a professional logger or anything, but some days we do for, like, probably in a year I'll probably do, like, in the forest, probably like maybe 1 to 2 weeks of work in the forest. So those days are very good exercise. And then we also get some firewood as bonus, and occasionally also sell some logs. It's a heavy workout when you do logging in the forest, but in moderation it's very good also, I would say. But compared to that, this is very light, of course. Pretty much only the legs actually now, not upper body is just trying to stay upright now. Not doing too much work. Ten kilometers, 100 lbs. 100 lbs, is that like 30 kilos or what it is? I don't know how many kilos that is, but yeah, 30 kilos, that's pretty heavy. The heaviest I have carried around like for the whole day is like the brush cutter, and that weighs like 10 kilos, 11 kilos, something like that. So 100 lbs is a lot more. Yeah, if I do the brush in summer when it's warm, it's really tough. It's a really tough workout when it's like, if it's like. Okay, now we come to a little bit older trees. These are like planted, like you can count 1, 2, 3. It's around 55 kilos. Yeah, that's a lot. Carrying 55 kilos around, that's basically like having a smaller person to carry all the time. That's very heavy. That's very heavy. Takes 3 days. So are you like dragging around some weight then? I mean, it would only be like 3 kilometers per day, but super heavy backpack or something with you. Camping gear and water. Okay. Yeah, it sounds, it's a lot of weight, yeah. Like 10 kilometers in 3 days doesn't sound too bad, but I guess if you go through heavy terrain, then it's really heavy. Like 10 kilometers on a road would not be too hard, but I guess it's some sort of like survivalist stuff or something. If you go straight through the forest or something where it's big hills, then that could definitely be heavy. Mostly hiking trails. Okay. Yeah, 10 kilometers on hiking trails doesn't sound bad. Could do that easy in 1 day, but 50 kilos of extra weight, that makes it hard, for sure. It's like carrying one of those like old school fertilizer bags. I think they weighed like 50 kilos. So it's like carrying one of those all the time. That definitely is a big difference. Like 55 kilos for me, it would be almost like carrying myself. Like I weigh like 80 kilos, so it would be like adding 70% of my weight. So yeah, would be hard. Yeah, I think for me it would be. Okay, now we come to a little bit older trees. These are like planted, like you can count. My legs would be super tired, yeah. I know when I do the logging or even brush cutting in the forest, it's like the legs that are the most tired after a full day of logging. One little thing. The longer you take, the lighter you, because the energy of drinking the water. Yeah, I guess if a large portion is the drinking water, yeah, then it becomes lighter and lighter. I mean, yeah, if it's in a hot climate or where really warm weather, then on 3 days you're gonna drink a lot of water. I know if it's warm here, I could drink like probably 10 to 15 liters in 3 days for sure. So that would be a lot. 10 to 15 kilos. .200 calories. Don't know how accurate it is because I haven't like put in my weight or anything here, so I don't know how accurate the calories thing is. Oh, it's actually snowing a bit more, I think. Shouldn't be too much more snow for the next couple of days. Then we might get some more on the weekend again. But it's supposed to get pretty cold here for a couple of days now. Miss all the snow this year. Yeah, we got snow now, which is on the late side, I guess. Usually in like maybe mid-December we get snow. Snow that stays. And now I think this snow that's coming now, it's probably gonna stay for a couple of months. Not 100%, all of a sudden it can turn warm here too, but most likely we will have snow for like 2 months, 3 months. But yeah, hopefully we get some snow that stays. Then I could do some cross-country skiing. It's been some of the last years have been kind of challenging here. It's like sometimes snow and it melts away, then it comes new snow, then it melts away. Best would be if we would get like 20-30 centimeters of snow and then it would stay. No more. It wouldn't melt away either. Then you can make a good track and just ski. When you get like new snow and it melts and new snow and it melts and you have to make the track again and again many times. Go to the mountains to ski or snowboard. Yeah, that's pretty nice though, because then you can be in a warm place and also go and ski, kind of at the same time. Like some places where if there's a big mountain, then it can be really warm, like t-shirt weather, but then you can just go to the mountain and ski. So it's that would be kind of a cool place to live. You could do both things. Only in the spring when they have fake snow. Yeah. Yeah, it has to be, for there to be snow in the summer, then it has to be a really pretty damn high mountain. Almost like Mount Everest or something. But yeah, not too far from here, there's also like a place where they make like a cross-country ski track with snow that they stored from last winter. But even that track, they made it like a month ago and then it almost melted away completely now when we've had so warm December so far. But now that track should also be good when it gets a little fresh snow on top. Three hours to the ski mountain, 3 hours to the beach. Well, that's not too bad. Here in Finland it's like, yeah, in the winter there is snow almost everywhere. But then of course in the summer there is snow nowhere. We don't have those really high mountains in Finland at all, so in the summer there's pretty much snow nowhere. Soon we have like 90 minutes here. I think that's good for today. 90 minutes and approximately maybe 3.7 kilometers. Yeah. Should be good. Yeah, Florida, yeah, from what I've heard, yeah, I could not live in Florida. Too hot. I don't like the hot weather at all, so I could not see myself living in Florida at all. It would be, yeah. Even here in Finland where it's like it's plus 30 in the summer, so that's plenty enough for me. Not a big fan of the really hot weather, and especially hot and humid, then it's like not nice. I think soon I've also walked enough on the treadmill. I need to grease the treadmill actually. Whoop. Shut it off. Winter it's not so bad all times, like 85 because sun and rises sweat. Yeah, I like to do things, so it's not nice for me that as soon as you walk or do something, it's like you're sweating like crazy. That's the worst. For me in the summer here, it's already bad enough here. Many times here I've thought about just sleeping during the days and working and doing stuff during the night in the summer. Because even here it's pretty warm in the summer. So yeah. But yeah, let's take a quick look at how if we have more snow outside. Okay, it didn't seem like there was too much snow on the stairs or on the outside. I don't think there shouldn't be too much more new snow now, hopefully. But yeah, that will probably be it for today, but I'll be back tomorrow with some fireworks. It's the New Year's Eve next or tomorrow, so fireworks and fires tomorrow. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.
I'm here in the middle of nowhere. There is snow there, it is cold there, but I am safe and I am warm. Although it's hard, I know I gotta keep up. No time to lay, to drift away. I find my space, I spend my time down the rabbit hole again, and as I fall I can feel the pain. You can't tell me where to go, so I don't know, I just go with the flow. I go with the flow. I'm falling up, I'm falling down, from the sky and from the ground. Up above just like below, and I don't know where I should go. 'Cause I'm stuck in limbo. I'm out of love, but I guess I deserved it. Trying to hide, to pass you by. I'm getting down, feeling fine. I'm light as air, no one can reach me. Lost in a dream, lost in between. Let's keep on flying, let's keep on